recognize you, but I sense that you're one of us. Who are you? The last of the Nightingale Sentinels, I'm afraid. I've defended the Sepulchre alone for what seems. We were betrayed by one of our own kind. I was blinded. Perhaps if I had been more vigilant, then Mercer Frey wouldn't have lured me to my fate and stolen the skeleton. I haven't... How do you know of me? The key! You have the... And Mercer Frey? Then... it's over. I owe you a great deal, Nightingale. You've done the Guild a great deed, and although my only regret is that you had to undertake this task alone. Carlisle? She's still alive? I feared she'd befallen the same fate, ending up a victim of murder. Nothing would bring me more pride than to... From the moment I arrived here, the Sepulchre isn't merely a temple or a vault to house the key. Within these walls, when Mercer stole the key, that conduit closed. So, I'm afraid so. I'm weakening, and whatever damage has been caused can only be corrected by following the Pilgrim's path to the Ebonmere and replacing the key. Whatever is affecting the Nightingale Sentinels, as I get closer to the Ebonmere, even right this moment, I feel strange. With the Ebonmere closed, and their sudden severance from their shadows of their former selves, they no longer remember their true... My spirit didn't manifest itself in the Sepulchre. However, ever since that day, I've felt my power waning, slowly draining. I wish I could help you, but the only possible help I've come across are the remains of some poor fellow who is trying to follow in your footsteps. Perhaps the Ebonmere is a conduit through which Nocturnal influences our world. Yes, absolutely. But Nocturnal, she influences our life. Nearly... Think about the Guild, about the state it was in when you... A pick breaking when it shouldn't have. The clouds in the nighttime. Our access to those bits of luck are what separates us. Precisely. There are a few who still call Nocturnal Lady Luck, and for good reason. Good luck, Nightingale. Yes, my friend. How may I help? Good luck, Nightingale.
Someone live among the dead.
No.
Mortal fool. No one hides from the dead. You can never truly stop me.
What do we have here? It's been a number of years since I've set foot on your world. Or perhaps it's been moments. One tends to lose track. So, once again, the key has been stolen, and a champion returns it to the sepulchre. Now that the Ebonmere has been restored, you stand before me awaiting your accolades. A pat on your head, a kiss on your cheek. What you fail to realize is your actions were expected and represent nothing more than the fulfillment of your agreement. Don't mistake my tone for displeasure. After all, you've obediently performed your duties to the letter. But we both know this has little to do with honor and oaths and loyalty. It's about the reward, the prize. Fear not. You'll have your trinkets, your desire for power, your hunger for wealth. I bid you to drink deeply from the Ebonmere mortal, for this is where the agent of Nocturnal is born. The oath has been struck, the die has been cast, and your fate awaits you in the Everglow. Farewell, see to it that you stay this time, won't you?
I'm glad you were able to bring the key back safely. Nocturnal seemed quite pleased with your efforts. I wouldn't take that to heart. Think of her as a scolding mother continually pushing you harder to be... I assure you, had she been displeased with you, we wouldn't be having this The circles at the base of the Ebonmere, the crescent moon represents the agent of stealth. The half moon for the agent of... This is Nocturnal's way. If you ever feel the need to change your abilities, you can return to the Sepulchre. Be warned that once you've chosen, you can't reselect for at least a day. Now, your life as a Nightingale begins. Should the Guild has welcomed me back with open arms. I only hope that this isn't an ending to things. But actually, why, perhaps the greatest crime spree Skyrim's ever known. There are pockets brimming with coin and coffers overflowing. We may be Nightingales, but in our hearts we're still thieves, and we're damn good at what we do. The agent of subterfuge utilizes shadow. By weaving the darkness to their will, this agent can manipulate others into fighting for the night. The agent of strife can send forth a tendril of pure darkness. At the same time, this tether will bolster the agent's own life force. The agent of stealth is the master of remain. On moonlit nights or in darkened rooms, this agent literally becomes invisible. Choose your path, and your journey will be complete.
Carlia?
Gallus! I feared I would never see you again. I was afraid you'd become like the others.
If it were not for the actions of this Nightingale, your fears would have come true. He honors us all.
What will you do now, my love?
Nocturnal calls me to the Everglow. My contract has been fulfilled.
Will I ever see you again?
When your debt to Nocturnal has been paid, we'll embrace once again.
Farewell, Gallus. Eyes open. Walk with the shadows.
Goodbye, Carlisle.
Yes, Nightingale? What is it?
It's good to see you in one piece, lad. I just wanted to give you a proper thank you for everything you've done. The guild is back on its feet again, and on its way to a prosperous future. What's become of the skeleton key? That's it then. After all those years of help, but enough of that. I'm confident that with you in charge, I'll be down here, trying to coordinate everything with Delvin and Vec. If you still feel like doing some jobs, I'm sure. Either way, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Here's to the future of the guild. It'll last another 1,000 years.
Well, if you don't want to hear it, that's your loss. Get some better story.
Well, looks like you're fitting in well down here. I'm supposed to allow you to trade in one of your pieces of guild armor. So what will it be? Of course. Otherwise, your new piece will enhance your skill beyond that of the original. Trust me. Are you sure? Once I exchange it for you, I'm not taking it back. Unless you want to... Okay, there you go.
Well, you done or what? If you get arrested, it's on your head.
Pull up a seat. Have a drink. Well, well. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like... Must have come from Mercer's place. He'd admired the great box for some time. Sure, I'll buy for... Well, well. If you happen across any other... By the 8. You actually got your hands on it. This alone is worth more than some thieves earn in a lifetime. Good job. Now, here's your part of it. I handle the fishing. If break-ins are more your thing, go talk to Vex. Sometimes we just like to remind the city. Simple, right? Almost. The catch is, it doesn't steal from anywhere in the hold, and you even get to keep everything you Finally, someone with backbone. Here you go.
Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn. You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. Growing your... But there are many words of power in Skyrim. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? The Blades, of course. They specialize in They have always sought to turn... Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? What I want is irrelevant. This shot... Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be those who overthrew him in ancient times? If the world is meant to end, so be it. No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. I have given my answer. Go and reconsider your course. Dragonborn, wait. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einoth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot. It is called Dragonrend. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. But not Dragonrend. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you. Only PAARTHURNAX, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mind. He lives in seclusion. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to PAARTHURNAX. The path to PAARTHURNAX lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. Look. Va. Cor. I will grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
Yolok, greetings, Wundunique. I am PAARTHURNAX. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain? Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held Tinvak with a stranger. I gave in to the temptation to prolong our speech. Evenar Balok, there are many hungers it is better to deny than to feed. Drechni Nakib, discipline against the lesser aids in Kachnar, denial of the greater. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. I have spoken. The Rotmulag waits. A gift, Dovahkiin. You'll understand fire as the Dove do. Now, show me what you can do. Greet me not as mortal, but as Dova. Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me? Ah, I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comate Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? True, but Kostid, prophecy, tells what may be, not what should be. Kostid Salo Ak. Just because you can do a thing does not always mean you should. Do you have no better reason for acting than destiny? Are you nothing but a plaything of Dez, of fate? If you can see your destiny clearly, your sight is clearer than mine. Dahman, remember, Alduin also follows his destiny as he sees it. But I bow before your certainty. In a way, I envy you. The curse of much knowledge is often indecision. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name Throat of the World? True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknus Nikron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed. Rahwalan. They are fragments of creation. The Kele, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll. But this is only a small part of their power. Zofa Suyek. Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Dremyolok, greetings. I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But know, Dovahkiin, Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master: Fus, Faim, and Yol. Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the dove. Everything mortal fades away in time, but the spirit remains. Ponder the meaning of spirit. Unslad Zi, where mortal flesh may wither and die, the spirit endures. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will find that your spirit will give you more strength. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus? It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? In your tongue, the word simply means fire. It is change given form, power at its most primal. That is the true meaning of Yol. Solyek, power. You have it, as do all Dove. But power is inert without action and choice. Think of this as the fire builds in your sum, in your breath. Sum Ark Mora. What will you burn? What will you spare? I cannot tell you in detail. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. Vormendok, I do not know. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially... I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not... Yes, there were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur. But they did not trust us. Ni Ov. Their inner councils were... I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time. It's Crosis. No, I know little of what has passed. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. Return it here to the Tid Ahran. But I believe the scrolls bond with the Tid Ahran. Then you will feel, know, Dragon Wren. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir. The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, they were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun, the Nords had had many heroes since, but none greater.
I used to dream of it. In the dream I was standing someplace high up, a tower or a mountain. It was always just before dawn. The whole world was in darkness. Then came the flash of light, just on the horizon, within the clouds that marked the border between worlds. It could have been lightning, but there was no thunder. In the dream, the sense of foreboding grew, but I could never wake up. Then it came again, this time more distinct, closer. Definitely not lightning. Now it was orange, brilliant orange, the color of hearth and dawn, and a sound too, distinct and indistinct. Not thunder, something else. Something I should recognize, but in the dream I cannot place it. I want to leave my high place to seek shelter from what I don't yet know. In the manner of dreams, I cannot escape. I'm forced to wait and watch. Then, finally, realization and horror arrive together. The orange is flame, heat. The sound, the roar, challenge in their ancient tongue. But now it's too late for escape. The dragon is upon me, fire, darkness descending like a thunderbolt. And not just any dragon, but the dragon, Aldred, the world eater, the dragon who devours both the living and the dead. And then I would wake up and hope that it was just a dream, but know that it was not.
Are the Greybeards any help?
Back. I
Do
hope
they know
you've made some
anything about the
progress
shout
on
used
tracking
against
down this
Alduin?
shout we need to defeat Alduin. Ah, indeed. And there's a pretty puzzle. Not the kind of thing you will find in your local bookshop. Let me think.
Perhaps the College of Winterhold. What learning there is in Skyrim is gathered there. One of the mages there may be able to put you on the trail of this Elder Scroll.
Haven't you been paying attention to anything I've said? If we can just find out what the... or not. There's no guarantee with prof... do you know the College of Winterhold? They have a deep interest in such arcana.
been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. A letter. Not sure who from. He wouldn't say, just that he was a friend of yours. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Welcome to the College of Winterhold. I am Feralda, one of the senior wizards here. I trust you found your journey to Winterhold not entirely unpleasant. Now, I must advise you that if your only purpose in being here is to complain, you would be far better off speaking with the Jarl of Winterhold. If, however, you seek something more, I will be happy to assist you. I am here to assist those, and if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might... The more important question is, why are you here? Oh, most who arrive here do so because they have heard of... This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge. It is no great secret that we have been unjustly blamed for a great... The good people of Skyrim, on occasion, would rather pass... Thus, we must take certain precautions in order to secure our safety. Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within? Do you? It is true there are some here who have spent years studying the accumulated knowledge of the scrolls. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy... It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question... Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those with... A small test, if you will. Dragonborn? It's been so long since we've had any contact with the Great. I would be most impressed to see that. So the stories are true. You are Dragonborn. Normally, you'd need to show some aptitude with one of the schools of magic. But you... I think there is much that we can learn from each other. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. Much knowledge lies within the college's walls. No, we don't mistake that for acceptance, though. And most of us are quite satisfied with that. We are the only group left in Skyrim dedicated to the study of the arcane. There are others who study, to be sure, but they do so in private and often in secret. I dare say you've learned, but that doesn't mean there isn't more out there. Over the years, I've heard things. Powerful magic. This is the only thing I've ever found. I think it's better off in your hands. Certainly. Destruction spells, concentration spells can be cast immediately, though they're weaker. Good. You'll also need to decide whether to devote yourself to it. Focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful, but you may find yourself at a disadvantage against foes immune to fire. There's nothing more I can teach you. Mirabelle will be waiting for you.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here. Welcome to the college. Another new student. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, I'll give you a brief tour and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? I see. Well, please let me know when you are.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
I'm positive whatever I require will be revealed to me on its own, in due time.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
I do hope you're not disappointed.
The most well-known stronghold is Dushnik Yal. Here, I'll mark it down for you. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure we've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact. Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
As a matter of fact, there are. Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations. Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy?
I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper questions. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorous... Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. It would take a month to explain to you how that the scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad. The simplest way to put it is knowledge. It's a reflection of all possible. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses. But at the same time, all of it is true. Even the falsehoods. Especially the falsehoods. Ah. You think that even if I did have one, it would be kept under the highest security? The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. Of course. I'll bring everything we have on them. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. All right, then. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them. I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of health. He's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact. Haven't heard from him since. Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
You know,
all right,
they say knowledge is its own reward. You can see me? Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent. Oh my. Never underestimate the ability to influence others. They can turn the tide of a battle. There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Invisibility is tricky to master, but exceptionally useful. There may be a matter in which the various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. These specially enchanted gloves will go to each focal point and remove whatever. Return the gloves to me when you... Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible... Use the gloves to clear the focal points. Return to me when you have finished. I thought I made this rather clear.
You've been spending a fair bit of time with Sergius.
You have gone beyond my teachings, which is quite a feat. But there is always more to learn. I believe you are ready for the next step.
Calm down.
Knowledge of truly powerful illusion spells is here. I shall teach you a spell to discern things hidden from others. With it, you will be able to acquire the texts you need. Bring all four to me, and I shall use them to inscribe the spells for you. Farewell.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies. Feralda, don't act like she didn't say anything. I know her, and My problem with her... She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance, but she is not going to get the better of me. Oh no, I won't let it get to me one... She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
No matter what, the college will endure.
Dig, Dwemer in the beyond. I'll know your lost unknown and rise to your depths. Ah, the ice entombs the heart. To harness it is to know. The Elder Scroll gives insight deeper than the deep ones, though. I have seen enough to know their fabric. But no, it is not in my possession. Here. Well, here as in this plane, Mundus. On the cosmological scale, well, it's all nearby. One block lifts the other. Septimus will... You see this masterwork of the Dwemer? Septimus is clever among. Lucky then they left behind their own in the depths of Black... Have you heard of Black Reach? Cast upon where Drimmers under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep. Oft-hand, the point... Delve to it.
But not all can enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key. 2 things I have for you. 2 shapes. The round one for tuning. Dwemer, the edged lexicon for inscribing. Find Mazark and its Skydome. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know. The deepest doors of Dwemer listen for singing. It plays the attitude of notes proper for opening. To glimpse the world inside an Elder Scroll, the Dwemer found a loophole, as they always do. Place the lexicon into their contraption, and focus the knowings into it. When it brims with... Ooh! This Dwemer lockbox inside is the... But it was hidden away. Someone else, unseen, the scroll will give... For not even the strongest machinations of the Dwemer can hold off the All-Sight. You look to your left, you see one way. You look to your right, you see another. But the Elder Scrolls, they look left. Sometimes they even look up. What do they see then? What if they dive in? Then the madness begins. When the top level was built, no more could be placed. And is the maximal. Apex